there's a lot of things you can hurt yourself on, and there's not a whole lot of things that you can do to make yourself better instantly. But what you can do is keep yourself from getting worse by bandaging yourself up or treating whatever you can with the first aid kit. Individual first aid kit, IFAK, whatever you want to call it. These are my smallest 3 kits that I will use or have with me. Now I try to keep it light, try to keep it compact, and my skill set. I'm an Eagle Scout, but you know, it's been a while since I went through all the first aid merit badge and all that good stuff. So always have room to learn, always have room to relearn and practice. So this, based off of my knowledge now, really doesn't pertain to these kits because it's all basic stuff. But when we start getting to more involved, you know, different levels of first aid kits, that's where it comes into play. And again, if I'm taking it with me, I'm going to make it pretty light. If it's in the back of my car, still want it to be relatively light, but I can, you know, involve a few more items and not be too worried about it. It's more a space issue in that case. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys want to roll in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate it. This is both a learning experience for me as it is something to put on the table for you guys. Now, something you all take with you every day should be your wallet, just for the sake of identification at the very least and to pay for stuff. Band-Aid is something that I will try my dearest to keep inside. I usually have anywhere from 1 to 3. Right now I've used a couple, so I'm down to 1. I'll put a couple more in there after this video. But just a good Band-Aid brand, you know, something that's going to work well. The next thing I've picked up at Ops Gear, it's just these really basic, you know, it's a couple dollars for this first aid kit. It's already pre-contained. I don't generally purchase these simply because I want to customize them for my uses, but this was pretty squared away for its size. It's got a real small cleaning wipe and just a, you know, large scrape type band-aid, and then your standard smaller band-aids. What I do for this kit is put it in my motorcycle tail as well as another kit, but this is, I'll take this and put it several places. I have a couple of these. I'll keep one in the car, and it's just to supplement my other kits so I don't have to break those open. Again, just to keep it small. You cut the top, you still have another vacuum or another Ziploc at the top there. So this is another option that I use for small first aid kits. Kind of put those off to the side. This is probably my favorite. I've had this for eons. Back when I was, gosh, like a tenderfoot in scouting. First went to scout camp, and I picked it up. I've already used every single item in it, so I've replaced quite a few. But this is what I'll take hiking with me. If I'm doing real light duty use, only out for a day, and I'm not taking any serious blades or anything like that. First, you'll see right away I have a light and a whistle. Sometimes I like to combine kits, sometimes I like to leave things separate, but this is almost a standalone in an essence of if you need rescue and it's dark and you need to see what you hurt yourself on, those are my 2 lights there. This is the Princeton Tech Pulsar 2. There's all kinds of lights you can use, that's just what I had at the time. Chapstick, many uses for those. Now this is an interesting one. This is burn gel, and the reason I use this is there's oftentimes I'll be using stoves. Well, actually every time I'll be using a stove, light a fire of that sort. So there's gonna be a lot of hot surfaces you can burn yourself. That's always a nice treat to have if you do that. You know, ibuprofen, basic medication, triple antibiotic ointment. I'm just gonna go fast so you can get an idea what's in here. Alcohol swabs. Butterfly bandages, just, you know, just a couple of them. Nothing too. If you get too many of them in here, you're kind of defeating the purpose of the lightweight approach. And I could put this in a Ziploc bag, but I use it so much, I want to make sure, you know, this is a water-resistant case, maybe even waterproof for a couple seconds. So, anyways, 2 small bandages, you know, large bandage, couple of those, medium size. Oh, it's another large bandage. So no medium size. Now moleskin, this is probably the most used item in my pack, mainly because if I get a small cut, generally I'm a poor example, but I don't tend to bandage it up right away. But moleskin, I use this like crazy just because I'm always worried about getting a blister. I don't want to be hiking around sore feet. Now again, another part of the standalone part of this is having water. So I have these, what are these? The Catadine Micro Pure. I got 6 tablets in here. And then finally, just some gauze 3x3s. I got 2 sheets here. And that's just, you know, to patch up larger scrape and whatnot. So that's it. That's all you see in the kit. Now you could say, okay, why don't I have like clothespins or, you know, you could roll in the comments a needle and maybe a small compass and that whole bit. There are countless things, and I actually mentioned a few that I probably should put in here. I'm just going to interject this clip into the video here. This is another kit I've acquired. I haven't actually used it yet, but I just picked it up. We'll let you read that real quick. Let's see. Pause it if you want to see the contents of it. But this is going off of what you can find pre-made kits, and what I want you to do is if you ever buy one of these, open it up and dump everything out of it so you can physically see what's in there, not just reading the list, understand visually where everything is, and see if everything's expired, because sometimes these kits have been sitting a while. It's still better to have it than not, but it might be expired beyond practical use of it. So one thing you always want to make sure of those, moleskin, and you can see the rest of it's in here. What's great about this, I only picked this guy up for $1 because they discontinued this little package, but I like it. It's lightweight, it's water resistant, and at the meantime you get all these great little containers and pills and medication, and it's still good for another couple months at least. So I'll be getting good use of this through the winter. Just want to interject that into the video. Alright, getting back to the other stuff. It's express mail packaging. What you can do is you can wrap your first aid kits in something like these. Get the smaller envelopes. It's that material. It's really great about it. It's extremely lightweight, so when you're going out camping you don't have a whole lot of weight with you. This stuff's virtually waterproof. You can dunk it in. The water's not going to have a good time going through it. It's very durable, and again, it's lightweight. So consider different packaging other than your standard Ziploc bags. This is just your standard mailing envelopes. So maybe that's a little trick you didn't know about or didn't think about. Roll in the comments. Tell me small things that might be able to tweak this better, and I'd love to hear what you see. But this is going to be the first start. I want to just gradually go at my larger first aid kits, but I thought I got to start somewhere. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. It wasn't too long. Thanks for watching. This is Dash signing off. Peace. Appreciate your support.